Welcome to another video. So we're going to unbox books in this one, which is something new. I have unboxed ACCA books before, but that was like study books, not books. So inshallah, in this video, we'll be looking at some classics. Most of these are classics, the rest are not. And these are books which I've been wanting to read since a long time. I got these from Amazon, as you can see from the packaging, and they were at a very good discount, which was the main attraction. Usually books in UAE are very, very expensive, so it's rare to find affordable books. Anyway, let's look at the first one over here. Okay, so this is a Collins Classic. I love the cover of these books, the Collins Classics books. I want to get a whole collection of these, inshallah, in the future. This is The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. So I've read The Invisible Man by him already. It was gifted to me by a friend and it was really nice, so I thought I'll order more of his books. By the way, I will review each of these books later because I'm actually recording this ages after I actually filmed it. So I've read most of these books. Now this is Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom, another very famous book, another classic, and I've been wanting to read this since ages. At the time of recording, I have read this, but I will give my review later on in the video. Okay, so this is Atomic Habits. I'm sure you've all seen this everywhere on social media. Just everywhere. I know you all have seen it and have at least heard about it, if not read it. So I mostly bought that for my mom, not for me, because I'm not good with self-help books. I can't read them. But anyway, then we have 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown. Everyone knows who she is, I'm sure. There's a picture of her there, right there. She's a famous actress, but that was not the main reason why I bought it. I was just curious about her writing style, but then I found out it's ghostwritten. Anyway, I'll give a proper review on it later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Now, that's a very fat book. That is the Karamazov Brothers. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I'm also not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this is a huge, proper book, and this has been on my to-read list since forever. This is White Nights, also by Dostoevsky. It's a very small copy. It's a Penguin Classics, the Little Black Classics, and I want a collection of these as well, inshallah, one day. Okay, then we have The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, and it's another Collins Classic. I was very particular that I get the same cover because I have the same cover of The Invisible Man, as you can see over here. So all three of them are matching, alhamdulillah. Okay, then we have Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. I've read Around the World in 80 Days and I love that. It was an amazing book, and so I thought I need to try out this book as well. And okay, so this copy is by Fingerprint Publishing. This is not an ad, or this is not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're searching for affordable books, especially classics, Fingerprint books, I think they're based in India. They have very affordable copies of books, so that's why I got this at a very good price on Amazon. Okay, then we have Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's another Collins Classic, but as you can see, the condition isn't very good. It's damaged in a bit of places. I'm very particular about my books. I want them to be in pristine condition. So this upset me a little bit. Even the pages looked a bit worn down and damaged, but it's okay. Then we have The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. So this is one that I've heard a lot about, lots of opposing things, and I'm going to review it in detail. Okay, this one was possibly my favorite of the entire haul, The Greatest Works of Oscar Wilde. Now this is a hardcover copy, and I got this in 19 dirhams. Okay, and that is very cheap for here in the UAE. It's a hardcover with gold tinted, tinted pages like that. And it was an amazing find. And it has two stories in it. So The Picture of Dorian Gray and The Importance of Being Earnest. So yeah, these were all the books that I bought. And I'm going to start reviewing them now. So let's begin. To begin with, we have Atomic Habits by James Clear. Over 20 million copies of this have been sold, which shows you how popular it is. It's basically all about setting good habits, and it's very practical, apparently. I haven't read it yet, so that's that. I think my mother has read it. It was originally for her, so yeah. Anyway, we have Tuesdays with Maury, which I have read and I did enjoy, although many people have different opinions on it. But it is non-fiction because it is based on his actual Professor Maury, who left him lots of life lessons, and it explores mortality, meaning of life, and it's intentionally simple and sentimental, and it's very reflective. It's not very complex. it encourages the reader to reflect, and it has a different impact based on where the reader is in their life. So that was Tuesdays with Maury. Then we have War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, and I've not read this either, but from what I have researched online, it is looking at alien invasion through the lens of imperialism, and it basically talks about humans experiencing terror that is usually inflicted on colonized people in the real world. So it's a whole huge metaphor. It's a Collins classic, as I'm showing you very clearly in the video. I don't know why in the time of recording I was so obsessed on showing that it's a Collins classic, but there you go. And here I'm cleaning my camera. There you go. You can see Collins classic even better now, as if you couldn't see that before. So basically this book is very relevant because it challenges human superiority. So it's a good read, I'm sure, even though I've not read it. Yes, okay, so Time Machine I have read, and it was very well written. It's basically a late 19th century scientific sci-fi book, and it's used primarily as a social critique. Most of H.G. Wells' works are sci-fi and social critiques, so very good author in that arena. Next, we have Dracula by Bram Stoker. I'm sure everyone has heard of Dracula and you've somewhat an idea of the story. You've seen the movies or shows, etc. Basically, this is an epistolary novel, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which means it's not a narration like a classic novel, but it's made up of letters, diary entries, documents which tell the story for us. Similar to Frankenstein. It's classic late Victorian Gothic fiction, and Dracula appears less than you would expect because the atmosphere does the work, and it reflects a lot of Victorian anxieties actually related to disease and modernity, and it does have a very slow pacing. So I've not actually read the book, but this is from what I've heard about the book online and from various other sources. Okay, so next we have The Greatest Works of Oscar Wilde. Now this includes The Picture of Dorian Gray and The Importance of Being Earnest. While recording, I'm clearly very fascinated by this hardcover copy and the tinted pages. I still am fascinated by it, but I'm very embarrassed that I haven't yet come to reading the actual works, which I should get to soon, inshallah. But I haven't read them as of the time I'm recording this voiceover. Now, The Picture of The Picture of Dorian Gray is all about beauty, vanity, moral decay. It's aesthetic pleasure versus ethical responsibility. And Oscar Wilde is obviously a very masterful writer, so his wittiness, masks the very dark themes that are present in this book. And it's essentially a critique of superficial, image-obsessed society. And some people say that it feels very sharp and uncomfortable to read. Now, I've not read it myself, so my actual review will be subject to after reading it. Now we have The Importance of Being Earnest, which is actually a play, and it is late Victorian satire. It's a comedy of manners, and the language in this, the irony and the wordplay are extremely central to this play. And it's actually a very absurd plot from what I've read online, and it's all about mocking the Victorian so-called seriousness. And yeah, that's about it. Next, we go to White Nights by Dostoevsky. Now, Dostoevsky was a 19th century Russian writer, so this is Russian literature, and it's early psychological realism. Now, White Nights is itself a very short story, but I think it's one of my favorites. Now, this copy actually has White Nights and another short story by Dostoevsky called Bobok, which is very absurd actually. I didn't quite understand it, but White Nights itself was brilliant. It was very emotionally intense. It's a novella basically, and it focuses on loneliness, idealism. It's an interesting contrast with his later works. I have started reading the Karamazov brothers, which is why I'm saying it's an interesting contrast, because as soon as you start reading this, you understand that Dostoevsky was in two different frames of mind when he was writing both stories, and White Nights is more tender. Now, okay, let's come to the Karamazov brothers. Now, this one has an introduction by A.T.P. Briggs, and the introduction was very informative. I enjoyed reading it. And currently I'm at around, I think, page 60 at the moment of recording. I have not yet finished it, but it is quite intriguing to read. And it does teach you a lot about Russian society at that time, which is a very interesting thing to read about. And so it's basically famous for posing moral questions rather than resolving them. So lots of moral questions are posed in this, not necessarily resolved or answered, and it's emotionally and intellectually a bit demanding, but it is his greatest work, and it's a large-scale exploration of faith, doubt, morality, and free will. Okay, so next we have Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, and I have not finished this yet. I have started it but not finished it. And the reason why I have bought this is because I like Jules Verne's writing in Around the World in 80 Days. Otherwise, I wouldn't usually buy sci-fi books. That's the same story with H.G. Wells. I liked his The Invisible Man. That's why I bought War of the Worlds and Time Machine. Otherwise, I'm not into sci-fi. Here's the copy of Around the World in 80 Days, which made me really like Jules Verne. Journey to the Center of the Earth is about how science is more speculative rather than accurate. And it's very adventure driven and imagination led, much like Around the World in 80 Days. Now we come to Metamorphosis, which I have a big peeve with, and I actually find it quite absurd, which for those of you who have read this and know which type of literature it comes under, you will understand that's a pun, because it is a foundational text for existential and absurdist literature. But frankly speaking, in literal terms also, I found it very strange, and the concept of a man becoming a cockroach was making me feel as though Franz Kafka just wrote this in a very bad mood. Anyway, now we come to 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown. I didn't know this was ghost written, otherwise I would not have purchased this. The premise for the book was very interesting. 1942, set during the World War, inspired by true events of someone in her family. So that's why I bought it, and it was also very affordable. But it was not a very enjoyable read in the sense that it did not move me. I'm not criticizing just for the sake of criticizing, but actually the writing could have been more profound. It had a potential to be, but it wasn't. And there's a lot of questions related to this book, in regards to authorship, branding, and it's just interesting that, at her age, she has managed to publish a book. But there are many other more deserving authors that I could have bought books of, to be honest. Okay, now this box set, actually, I received a few days earlier to when I shot this actual footage, so I wasn't able to properly shoot the footage. You can see like a small clip of a vertical shot of me unwrapping this. Basically, these are two very, very, very famous works by George Orwell, and very essential ones as well. These are books that everyone should read at least once in their lifetime: Animal Farm and 1984. So I've read Animal Farm. You can see there's a caption on the cover saying 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. It's a very iconic slogan from this book, and it follows the story of animals on a farm who revolt and take control of the farm and kick out the humans, and it follows on from there. And it's a very good allegory for fascism, and essentially took the world by storm when it was first published, and I think it continues to do so in some countries. I've even heard that it's starting to be banned along with 1984, which is surprising but not unexpected. Now 1984 is also in the same category as Animal Farm in the sense that it is also an attack on the social and political structures of the world. It's also satire. It was published in the summer of 1949, and it's one of his most popular works. It's also been banned, as I mentioned earlier. So that's interesting. But you should read these books. Every single person must read these books at least once in their lifetime. Now, that was all the books that I bought overall in this haul. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with others who are bookworms just like you and I. Thank you for watching.